Hello everyone, this is us out in the dark, but it's only 4:30, yet it is pretty dark. There's Cosmo, still with his lampshade as I call it, on, and then what you need to see is Scout! Hello Scout! There's very little light for us to see anything by, but you will see the dogs because they're wearing their special nighttime jackets, which, as you can see Scout, you can see his eyes there, and his little orange jacket, and Cosmo, he's still attached to the lead. Just thought you would like to see a different kind of video. Oh, it's a little bit muddy, but you can't really see that. This is just a gentle video. Cosmo is still not walking very far at the moment, just because he's due to get his stitches out on Wednesday in a few days' time. And everything's going so well. We don't want to risk any injuries. I know, as you can see, he's sniffing everything. He looks like he's hoovering up the whole forest there, but he's not. It's just his big cone. He's got quite used to his cone now. That's where some of his friends live, so he likes to smell. He likes to smell everywhere they've been. Yes, Scout, are you smelling too? It is rather dark, isn't it? The days are meant to be getting longer, but it's still dark at 4:30. You can play a game and see if you can find the moving dots. And that'll probably be no, not Cosmo, Scout. Can you see Scout coming towards us now? Yay! He's found a stick, but it's so dark you cannot see his stick, can you? Let's have a look. There's his stick! He's got one. We're going this way. It's less muddy down this way. I know. Let's go. Now don't pull me down this time, Cosmo. We just go down gently, gently. Still got all his strength. It's a very good sign, but not if I fall on my bottom. It's probably not a good sign then. And there's Scout. He keeps dropping his stick everywhere. Now we've come up to a bit that has got some light in it. This path featured on our spooky walk. Do you remember that walk? Oh, it does look rather spooky still, doesn't it? And that was the road, the path ahead that we called the path to nowhere, or the road to nowhere. But it really does go somewhere. It goes into the village. I know you want off it, but you're still on the lead until we get the okay from the vet. I know, it'll not be long. 3 days now. Actually 2.5 days. That's it, yes, 2.5 days. And I don't know if he'll still have to wear the collar for a little bit, but his stitches will be coming out in 2.5 days. There's Scout ahead. It's quite hard to see Scout, isn't it? Because he's all black. It's nice to get out on a good sniffing walk for Cosmo. And if you're a little bit like me, you may be eat a little bit too much food over the holiday season. So a walk with the puppers helps me too. Now the torchlight you can see is actually the torch on my head, because without that the street lights wouldn't let you see very much. So if I cover it up, you can see, you wouldn't see as much. Oh, there's a puddle! Oh, you can hardly see it's a puddle. There we go. I know how much you like puddles on the cycles. You can maybe have a look at this one. It's under the lamp so you can actually see it. Can you see the light? Woohoo! Now very soon there'll be no street lighting for a while, so it'll get a little bit darker and we'll only have my torchlight to use. I'm going to try and put on a glove because it's so cold. My fingers have got sore holding the lead. There's my glove. I'll put that on there. Oh, that's lovely and cozy now. Now, do you remember over there? You can't see it really. That's the place I call the witch's hut. But it's really just a ghillie hut. And beside it is the shortcut to the River Tay. But I'm not walking along there in the dark. Especially with a dog who just wants to stop and sniff. Come on then. As we lose light, the camera on the phone kind of forgets how to focus a little bit, so it might look a little bit blurry in places. Woo, my goodness. Yes, it doesn't know it's looking for the light, but it can't find it. So it's doing its way. There's Scout up there, looking for voles and whatever else comes out of the water. All sorts of little creatures live around the water, and you can smell them. And we've got a little bit of light here before we take a turn to the right, which is that way. And then we'll go back into the dark again. Oh, can you see the moon? That looks like it's a full moon. Let's go and have a check. They used to say the wolves would come out and talk to the moon on a full moon, and wolves are wild dogs and they would howl at the moon. So if you want to look at the moon, you can do whatever I'm going to do now, which is to howl after 3. 1, 2, 3. Ow, ow! Do you want to have a go? Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ow, ow! Oh, that was fun. Oh, we're back to being out of focus because the camera hasn't a clue how to focus in the dark. It's used to daytime cameras. Come on, Puppers. Let's see if we can see anything here. You can just about see Cosmo here. And the river's down below. We're up on the high walk. But you can't really see. There isn't enough light, I don't think. You can see a reflection. There's not really enough light. And we're nowhere near it. We're on the upper path. And we'll take you down and we'll do a short route because we're not doing our full walk. It's just an outside walk to have a little look at what's happening in the world. So Cosmo and Scout can have a little sniff and leave their scent for their friends. Let's get a little bit of exercise. Oh, you can see some lights over there. Now, trying to see if I can find, oh, I think that little light over there, can you see the two stripes? That's Scout. He's sitting waiting on us. Oh no, he's not sitting down, he's standing up sniffing at something. There's Cosmo. I think earlier today, which is December the 27th, which is not Christmas Day, not Boxing Day, it's the day after Boxing Day, but I don't think it's got a name. It's just the 27th of December. I think everyone's already been out. That's just a whistle to tell the dogs, not that way, this way. They understand. Every so often I can see two little eyes in the distance, and that's Scout turning round to check where we are. I did tell you Cosmo sniffs at everything at the moment, because he's only doing, it's once every couple of days we're doing a walk with him to give him enough exercise, but in between lots of recovery time, and just a little tiny gander in the woods behind the house where he has to do his toilets. But that's it, with a little walk every other day. I think he must have sniffed nearly everything. Woo! Could you see that? It's a bit slippy. There's a little bit of ice down here. The sun mustn't have got to this bit. I'm going to walk on the grass. It'll be less slippy, I think. Wow! That's about the only frost I've seen so far. I don't want Cosmo to pull me over. That's a bit better now. We'll have to be careful of this road. Look, we're back in the light again. This road can be very slippy. Because of the angle of the sun in the winter, the sun doesn't go very high. It stays at a very low angle. So this doesn't always get that much sun. So we're going to go a little bit on the road, but mostly on the grass. Come on, Scout. Here, here, here. Yes, we're walking on the grass verge, as that whole road may or may not be incredibly slippy, but it just looks wet. And the problem is, I know most of the time down here when it looks just wet and it's really frosty, it's actually black ice. And that's the name they give ice that doesn't look like it's ice, because it matches the road colour. Oh, this path is a little bit slippy too. I'll just check. We don't visit other people's gardens. Oh, look at all the lovely lights. Some people have done some wonderful lights outside their houses. That is gorgeous. Now, we're coming to... Oh! This is very slippy. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very sensible, and we're going to say goodbye because I'm going to have to concentrate fully. Aren't I, Cosmo? Cosmo, should we say goodbye? Bye. Bye. Catch you next time when it's not so slippy.